speaking with Steve Lesem from Mezeo. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome. Now, we're here today to speak specifically about a joint venture you've undergone with SoftLayer, correct?
Correct.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about Mezeo? First, to start off with, where'd you come up with the name?
Well, it was originally called NewCo when we started the company, and then we had the Name the Baby contest. And obviously we're in the cloud storage space, and we're really kind of cloud middleware for standing up cloud storage. And so we looked in the middle layer of the atmosphere. It's called the mesosphere. And so Mezeo is kind of a play on that term. It also helped that we could get the URL.
Yeah, that is helpful. So you mentioned cloud storage. So can you explain to me what Mezeo's cloud storage platform provides?
Well, our cloud storage platform, as you would expect, provides web services API access to your backstore. We're agnostic. You can use any type of backstore that mounts to a Linux system. So in its simplest definition, you would define Mezeo Cloud Storage as web services API-based access to storage. Now there's a lot of other capabilities that the platform has that in general are not really part of what a lot of people have yet to define as cloud storage. So we provide additional services in that regard.
And so how does this directly fit into the market today?
Well, the market today is still in a definitional moment. A lot of people have trouble understanding exactly what cloud storage is. There's a lot of concern and a lot of activity going on out there trying to define it. We define cloud storage as web services APIs access to storage. And it's a non-persistent access, which means you access the storage over a network. Now you can access storage over an internal network or via the internet. We really don't think it's important to define it to that extent. So that's really the start. That's the hardcore definition of cloud storage. We extend that definition in a number of ways. A couple of the things that I think are most significant about the way we extend it are, one, we provide additional APIs for services that you can use to exploit cloud storage. Tagging, which is a way of indexing files. We have a lot of different ways to access the files, different ways to store, both hierarchical as well as the tagging that I mentioned. That's just a beginning of the kinds of functionality that we put on the server. The second thing that we do that's really different is we absolutely purpose-built this platform for the hosting industry. I came out of the hosting industry, a number of my colleagues did, the rest of us all came out of software companies, and so we designed this software to deploy on industry standard hardware and software, to be storage agnostic, so you could use whatever type of storage you want on the back end, and so that it would fit easily into the hosting environment. Now there's some good reasons why hosters are very interested in this, by the way.
So can you expand on that? What is going on that is allowing for this to happen?
Well, cloud computing is really a transformational moment, I think, in the hosting industry. Having been in the hosting industry, we see that there's a tremendous desire on the part of many people in hosting to enter into cloud computing and to have their own cloud computing offering. That's both an offensive and a defensive strategy. It's defensive because Amazon's entered the marketplace with EC2 and S3, simple storage service. And so today people are standing up their applications in the Amazon Compute Cloud. Google has a very proprietary compute cloud. Microsoft has announced one. There's a number of very large entrants into the cloud computing space. As a result, that's an alternative for a lot of the customers that have traditionally relied on the hosting industry. And the hosting industry needs to respond. And their response is to provide their own cloud computing capability. In order to do that, one of the key underlying infrastructures that's required is cloud storage. And so what sets Mezeo apart were we were the first to recognize this specific need in the hosting space. And so we brought to the market the industry's first deployable software platform that is purpose-built, multi-tenant, industry standard hardware and software, runs exactly the way the hosting industry would expect it to run, and allows them to stand up a cloud storage solution of their own. So that's what we're here working with SoftLayer on. Okay. SoftLayer is our launch partner in North America, and they're going to come out into the marketplace with a cloud storage offering. As a matter of fact, with multiple offerings that are based on the platform.
And why did you choose to partner specifically with SoftLayer?
Well, as I mentioned, it came out of Vericenter.
Right.
So we've been in the hosting industry, and really two answers to that question. One, we just think the world of them. They're a fantastic company. They're very well run. They're very focused on technology leadership, on automation, and on delivering leading edge products into the marketplace. So that's a perfect partner situation for us. And secondly, they wanted to do it.
That helps.
There you go.
You need that.
Uh-huh.
It needs to be a joint relationship.
Uh-huh.
So let's talk about Mezeo.
Oh, and plus we're all in Texas.
That helps too.
Right. See, we call Texas, well, Dan Golding at Tier 1 Research referred to Texas as the hosting gulch.
Is that right?
Yeah, well, you have SoftLayer in Dallas, you have Rackspace in San Antonio, the Planet is down in Houston. So there's a lot of big hosting companies that are in Texas. I'm trying to convince the world to call Texas the hosting triangle, not the hosting gulch.
Well, that's great. Well, you've started already.
Okay.
You know, this is a good launching pad for that.
Well, I'm hoping that'll be the case. If that's the one thing we get credit for, it'll probably be very successful.
The hosting triangle state.
Uh-huh.
I'd buy that for sure.
Okay, very good.
So let's talk about Mezeo in terms of mobile devices, specifically the smartphone. How are you partnering with that? What is happening in that?
Well, this is yet, I talked a little bit about why we're differentiated, that we offer robust services in addition to getting a file or storing a file. I said that we're purpose-built, industry-standard hardware and software designed for a multi-tenant hosting environment. That's the second thing. The third thing that differentiates Mezeo is that in addition to providing a very robust, tested, in-production cloud storage platform, we built clients. I'm not aware of anyone else that's built clients or really, quite frankly, has the level of expertise we have in mobile clients. So we have native clients on the BlackBerry, on the iPhone, and on Windows Mobile. They provide and expose a lot of the functionality that you would expect associated with not only storing your files in the cloud and getting them and viewing the files, but we also offer sharing and collaboration capabilities. Those are a couple of the additional services that our cloud storage platform has that you can access via the APIs.
Okay.
And these native clients are they're built to run against the APIs on our platform. So they're highly secure. All of the communications is SSL. All of the files are stored with 256-bit crypto. And it addresses a number of problems. If you lose your device or your device breaks, you don't lose your file. Your file's safe and in the cloud.
So things are on a definite upswing for you guys.
It's an amazing time. As you can tell, I'm not a spring chicken. This is not my first rodeo, as we say in Texas. This is one of the most exciting things I've ever been involved with. Customers, they get what we're doing, they appreciate it, they see the opportunity. When we started working with SoftLayer, they were teaching us things about our platform, and I really mean that. They were coming up with new things to do with it at the same rate, if not faster, than my own team. It's an extensible platform. That's the way platforms work, and so we're excited to have that kind of relationship with them.
So I think that you clearly have got a successful company on your hands. The next few years promise to be an exciting time, and thank you very much for chatting to me today, and I wish you guys and yourself and Mezeo the best of luck.
Well, thank you.
Thanks for coming.
All right, this is great.
Great.